What don't you like?
Helping niggas.
Eating my cats.
You have proof that they've eaten your cat.
Yep.
I don't know how he got enough speed to flip his car and land on top of the vacuum cleaner.
I had over 40-some cats. Now I'm down to 3. They need to go back where they came from. They don't belong here. I'm against them all the way.
I'm here in hot and windy Springfield, Ohio, where I will spend the entire day talking to locals and migrants and try my best to talk to some officials as well about the entire migrant crisis happening here. It's been all over the news. We heard about this place in debates with Donald Trump where he says they're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs.
So it's just a massive, massive, massive discourse about a place that we really don't know much of. I came all the way here from LA and drove all the way here to Springfield to figure out from the source what's really going on. There's a lot of interesting people here and a lot of interesting stories. Over 10,000 Haitian migrants have flooded the town, making up 15% of the population in a once majority white conservative town of 60,000 people. And now we've got bomb threats, crime, unlicensed GTA-like driving, and wild claims of pet eating. What's real and what's just election season hype? This video aims to correct any major misconceptions and get to the bottom of this migrant mess in Springfield. Are they demons sent from hell to terrorize this random city in Skibbity, Ohio? Or are these guys not all that bad and just pawns in this recent political struggle? I'll explore 1, if they're actually eating pets en masse, 2, accidents are being caused by unlicensed crazy idiot drivers, 3, resources are being strained to accommodate for Haitian migrants. What brought attention to Springfield anyway? I knew about this from niche posts and memes on Twitter, but Springfield was brought heavily into the limelight after this moment in the recent presidential debate.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Look, I've eaten dog before, and trust me, I'd never recommend it. You can go check that video out on my page. But I needed to figure out if this stuff was true, so I just took that trip. When I arrived, the place was chaotic. A bomb threat had just cleared out City Hall and the BMV. Cops, reporters, and residents were all over the place, trying to figure out what was going on. I ran into a family to get the scoop.
Bomb threats?
There's a bomb threat.
2 to 3 of them in 3 different places.
3 different bomb threats. Where? Here at City Hall.
B&B. Some courthouse I heard about.
Is this a Haitian doing the bomb threat, or is it like residents, you think?
I bet it's some little juvenile over in Russia.
That family, among others, had to pick up their children from school after this threat, so this area would be teeming with people soon. This led me to end up speaking with a Haitian, but communicating with him was difficult. His English was poor, and he seemed just as new to Springfield as I was. I asked him about if the dog eating stuff is real. Is there anything related to eating cats and dogs in Haitian culture at all?
No. On Haiti, no.
So there's one piece of the puzzle. I asked other Haitians as well. How do you feel about the rumors that Haitians are eating dogs, cats, ducks, and geese?
Ah, non, c'est toujours menti. C'est toujours menti que quelqu'un parle des Haïtiens. C'est toujours... Je ne sais pas quelle expression je peux utiliser pour dire que c'est un menti que les gens utilisent pour dénigrer les Haïtiens ici à Springfield.
Are there any traditions related to eating animals like cats or dogs or ducks?
Never.
I've seen people even say like Haitians like cook babies and eat babies and stuff like this. Weird stuff. Why do they say that?
Never have this in my country. Never have this in my country. Never.
What about voodoo? Is that stuff happening out here in Springfield?
No. I'm going to show you one picture. This picture.
That's from Columbus.
Never have a Haitian in this situation.
It's fake news.
Fake news.
A lot of complaints about the dog, geese, and cats.
It's not true. That's what I'm saying. Fake news, like the Trump said.
And this is not a Haitian tradition at all that they're eating dogs and pets there.
No,
I always hear weird stuff about voodoo and all that.
No, that's not true. That's not in Haitian tradition.
But some residents don't agree. While the Haitians I spoke to wholly dismissed the idea, locals were more divided.
And as for the cats and the dogs being eaten and the geese, it's true. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's not true. It is true.
Eating my cats.
Ate your cat.
Yeah.
Your cat.
Yeah.
You have proof that they've eaten your cat.
Yep.
Where?
I live on Isabella, and I had over 40-some cats. Now I'm down to 3, and I got them all fixed. And then when I went out, they were all gone.
You think they escaped? Like, how do you know that they've eating the cat?
Because they were stray cats. They were out catching them. My husband caught them out the other night looking around my house looking for a cat. They need to go back where they came from. They don't belong here. I'm against them all the way.
Racism, it's a disease, and there's not been a vaccine yet developed to cure it. And that's what needs to happen. It's a disease. One person says one thing and that just goes and goes. It's horrible. None of this crap is true.
Have you all seen the actual evidence of Haitians eating cats, dogs, geese?
I have two neighbors, two households across the street from me, and they don't even own pets. I've never seen a pet over there, so I don't believe it. No.
I needed more information about the bomb threat and general resident sentiment as well, so I spoke with this family and others about their experiences so far.
And you two were just affected by the bomb threat here. What happened?
My little sister, she goes to Fulton Elementary. They moved her to the high school, the Springfield High. I just think the stuff's crazy. We have to think about our little sister. Like, oh yeah, she went to school safe, just she's gonna make it home safe.
My daughter called me crying. Come on, Mommy, the school's being shot up. They're sticking us on a bus. She's scared. I pay taxes for my kids to go to school and get an education. Why shouldn't they be able to go to school and feel safe? And I feel that this immigration is the reason for all this.
Do you think that the bomb threat was called in by a Haitian or someone that lives here?
It was called in too, but I hope they find them. Because my kids don't feel safe going to school, and it's not fair to them. I pay taxes for them to get an education.
It's crazy that they come here and it's like they get stuff handed to them for free. But like Mom was saying earlier, a lot of us, we struggle.
Why aren't they doing something with the homeless people first? Where's the help for the American people?
I got some stuff to tell you.
About what, the bomb threat?
Yeah, about my son.
What school?
Fulton Elementary.
I've been hearing about Fulton. What happened?
Okay, my name's Crystal Shoemaker, and I was at home. I was at home when my husband called me saying I needed to go pick up my son because there was a bomb threat. And instead of the schools calling me, I think it's a bunch of crap. I think something needs to be done because this shouldn't have went this far.
What other issues have you been having with the Haitians?
They eating my cats.
Ate your cat.
Yeah.
Your cat.
Yeah.
You have proof that they've eaten your cat.
Yep.
Where?
I live on Isabella, and I had over 40-some cats. Now I'm down to 3. And I got them all fixed. And then when I went out, they were all gone.
You think they escaped? Like, how do you know that they've eaten the cat?
Because they were stray cats. They were out catching them. My husband caught them out the other night looking around my house looking for a cat. Yeah. They need to go back where they came from. They don't belong here. I'm against them all the way.
The problem with this whole cat and dog dilemma is that there's no showable proof. I went to the area off camera and met some locals and their friends. They're all nice people, sure, but when I asked why is there no video or photo proof, they ended up making a really good point. A lot of this stuff happens too fast to capture. It's like trying to film a rat in Singapore or aliens in your backyard. By the time you pull out your phone, it's gone. It seems the whole cat and dog thing might not be entirely true, but it's not necessarily fake either. Until we see actual proof, photos, verified police reports, it's hard to 100% believe it. Still, I wouldn't rule it out just yet. Remember that video of the woman arrested for eating a cat? That wasn't even in Springfield. That was in Canton, Ohio.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Smile for me. Smile with your teeth. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with him.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating it.
She was eating it?
Yeah, she was.
You call the Humane Society to see if they'll come pick this cat up. It's deceased.
And the man with the goose? That was in Columbus. So what's actually going on in Springfield? One thing that is gaining more traction and seems more plausible is the goose and duck disappearances from Snyder Park. Used to be full of them, but now you're lucky to even see a few. I spoke with many people and they all say the same thing, even Anthony Harris.
28 years old and I'm a social media influencer and I just be on TikTok and stuff. I do YouTube. I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun because I see what's going on in these streets and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this and you guys are just sitting up there in suits. Like I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into They flipping cars in the middle of the street.
The troll mayor candidate that brought Springfield's biggest issues to light noticed things are off as well.
The cats and dogs, that shit, in my opinion, I ain't never seen that shit. So I ain't saying it's real or fake. But the ducks, they grabbing them motherfuckers up. In my opinion, I never seen it, but there's some truth behind that shit.
Yeah, so at Snyder, people were telling me
there used to be a whole bunch of ducks in the park. Now they only in like
it's like 10 of them now.
No, it's not 10. It's a lot of them in there, but it was way more than that. They was all throughout the park. Now they only in they in the water and they in one spot. But they used to be all throughout the park. Somebody scared them niggas away. Animals ain't dumb. They know what the fuck going on.
I hated the geese because I drive through here to go home and I would have to stop every 5 foot to wait for geese to go through. And now they're gone. You know, I used to bitch and complain like, get the fuck out of my way. And they're gone.
I was going through Snyder Park not even 2 days ago, and there was literally a Haitian with the ducks. Like they had a dead duck in their hand. Like they picked up. I was riding a moped, them street legal mopeds. We was riding it, and me and my friend seen a Haitian pick up a dead duck and put it in his van. Like he opened the side
over
door.
Here
at Snyder Park. Yes.
Okay.
Half of the time I'm even scared to walk across the street to go get something to eat from the sub place without worried about getting hit by a Haitian or something like that.
Now, there's the other issue, migrants driving. It's no big secret that the influx of migrants here has caused nearly daily accidents. Honestly, this is probably the biggest issue affecting Springfield. Money, property, and lives are all at stake. Haitians are bad drivers, but what does that really entail? I asked various people that were directly affected by Haitians some questions about this. Anthony gave me a pretty solid description.
How are they driving bad?
Oh, they driving cars like they forklifts. They driving cars like they spaceships.
God damn.
It's just. Well, you said you had this for like 3 days? No, I had it for 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I left the DMV, was going up High Street. I had all green lights. All the cars on the other side were stopped because they had a red light. Haitian just turned on red. I couldn't stop it.
Turn left?
Turn left on red. I couldn't stop it. I took everything I had just to slow down. I mean, I was doing 35, but I mean, it's a big truck.
Why do you think they're bad drivers? Is it because they don't know how to drive? That's how they drive in their own country?
Our laws. They don't know our laws, and I think they should be taught before they're even allowed to get a car.
What constitutes them being bad drivers out here?
Well, because they don't have no license or nothing. Like they can tell a lot of them that's to be their first time even getting in the car, but they don't know how to brake or gas or I mean none of that. Yeah, that driving too. That's horrible, man. It's real dangerous out here. Them driving.
You seen any accidents?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. They ran into poles, buildings, the church over there. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
Is it because they're swerving out the way, or is it just like, damn, they're hitting the gas too hard, or what?
They don't know how to drive. I mean, it'd be taking like, what, a 11-year-old kid one day and just putting them in a car and telling them to drive, and that's probably the equivalent of how they drive. But this picture of somebody that's never been in a car or anything trying to drive, and they be out on the roads too. They're driving in a parking lot. I mean, they're actually out in traffic.
I had the chance to chat with a migrant about his driving experience specifically. He even showed me both his license from here in Ohio and from Haiti. He's been driving for 3 years, legally, with a car that he bought legally. Despite the claims, he's been driving fairly safely. We even went out for a drive, and honestly, he's not a bad driver at all. But I could definitely see where the issue might be. He drives like a freshly permitted 16-year-old driver. Haitians are cautious drivers, maybe even too cautious for American roads.
Do you feel like Haitians are bad drivers? You've been here for a long time.
No.
Yeah, but there's always accidents. How are Haitians not bad drivers if they're causing all the nearly daily accidents?
Comme dans tous les pays du monde, il y avait accidents. Il peut y avoir des accidents ici à Springfield, mais je ne connais pas vraiment que quelqu'un utilise d'autres façons pour conduire. Moi, j'avais licence et permis de conduire plus que 10 ans de cela.
You feel like there's accidents everywhere. It's not just Haitians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Haitians should get their license before they come here?
No. First, you have permit, After permit, you have driver license.
So get your license here first. You're telling Haitians, advising Haitians to get their license here in the United States.
Yes.
Have you ever been in an accident yourself?
No.
You want to go test your driving? Me and him go drive together?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, all right.
So the real question is, how the hell are they getting licenses and cars? I visited a well-known Haitian-friendly dealership in Springfield. They refused to go on camera due to concerns about backlash and hatred, but they were clear on one thing. Haitians have brought great business, mainly through word of mouth. They buy these cars to get to work at their graveyard shifts about an hour away from Springfield. Over 98% of the deals they process are bank financed, requiring pay stubs, social security numbers or tax IDs, and of course, a valid license. Everything is above board. The dealership doesn't sell to unlicensed drivers and won't even allow test drives without a license. Sure, you can buy a car in cash without a license, but with today's car prices, the chances of that happening are super slim.
Yeah, so we went on a drive. It was safe. It was fine. Again, the only complaint that I have is just slow. They're just slow drivers. Typical Americans, these guys are speeding down. I think that might be the mismatch.
The dealership owner also pointed out that sometimes the problem isn't the Haitians driving, it's the roads themselves or even other American drivers. Take a look here at this guy I saw drinking a Modelo before hitting the road in broad daylight.
He's not Haitian, but I mean, he did just pull out a fucking Modelo, so I don't know. I really don't know. It's like, are these people, is this the right judgment to make of Haitians being the shitty drivers, or are people here shitty drivers too? But who knows?
So while people may be quick to blame the migrants, it's not always that simple.
Here with a Haitian man, this is your car.
Yeah.
You bought it.
Yeah.
Cash or you financed? What did you do?
Cash.
Cash? Did you have your license when you bought it?
Yes.
And you have your license now?
Yes. Everything's good.
Everything's good, everything's legit.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been in an accident?
No. I drive safely.
What about the other Haitians?
Oh, I don't know.
Do they drive safe too or no?
That's depend on them.
I wanted to find out more about how Haitians are getting their licenses, so I headed to the Ohio BMV. But when I got there, it was closed, apparently due to the bomb threat. The driving school, same story. Everything was shut down. Though, these signs on the building show exactly what you need to take classes. All legal, all legit.
You want to get lessons, you need to have your permit, ID, or printout from the BMV. They're probably all still closed because of the bomb threat issue. Because none of these places are open. I'll have to come back here in the morning. What's today?
Many Haitians strive to get their license here because they know it's essential, but there are barriers to entry. I spoke to Yves, a Haitian-German business owner who runs an immigration service hub near the BMV in Springfield. He explained the challenges Haitians face when trying to get their licenses.
How do you feel about the drivers? Are Haitians really bad at driving?
Well, in fact, it's not just Haitians really bad at driving. Me, myself, I've seen a lot of citizens driving like crazy, like stupid in the street. You know, it's always like this. But what happened is they focus on Haitians because they are foreigners. They get their license here, they try to pass the test, but some who do not know to drive really, they try to go to the schools, some schools in Columbus, here in Springfield, they refuse to take them.
Yeah, there's a school here. I wanted to talk to them.
I don't want to point anybody, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to point anybody, but I know a lot of driving schools in Haiti, in Springfield, in Columbus, when Haitians want to take classes, they refuse. They will tell them, oh, we are full now, we have no spot. No, come next week. Every time it's like this.
Yeah.
You know, they refuse to take them.
One misconception that I'm having that I'm still not clear about is the driver's license issuing. Because people are saying, okay, these guys are shitty drivers. How the hell they get their license?
Exactly. So what they do, the first they come here, there is a computer. They have to take the test. Once they pass the test, then they give them the learning ID. You know, the learning driving license.
The permit.
The permit, learning permit. So with that, basically, they practice in the street, they drive, and once they feel ready, and then they go for the practice when to get the big license. And once they pass it, they have it, because they do the test as normal, like everybody. You know, and then they have their license and be able to drive in the street.
How are they passing the test if it's not in French? It's in English.
They have the options to take it either in French and Spanish or English.
Okay.
So
a lot of people were confused. They were like, yeah, how the fuck are they getting their license if the test is in English? So that cleared up a lot.
Yeah, they have it in Spanish. They have the options either to take it in Spanish or French or English. Some they take it in Spanish, some they take it in French.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Spanish-speaking side of Haiti, to be honest, because most of the Haitian I was spoken to, I tried talking to him in French, well, with the translator, and he was like, the reading it slow. I'm like, okay, what's up with bro? But then when I switched it to Spanish, oh, yeah.
From language barriers to translating the driver's exam, getting a license isn't as easy as we thought for these Haitians. Next, the strain on resources here is obvious due to the sudden influx of migrants. Springfield is a small town, not many schools, not much to do. Certainly is in LA. The town has done the best it can with what it has, but is far from perfect. Now, imagine adding a language barrier and a culture completely different from your own. When we talked about strained resources, we're referring to housing, transportation, education, and jobs. But the biggest pressure point here is housing. Residents report that landlords are kicking out long-term tenants to make more money from the new arrivals. Their rent is skyrocketing. Some claim the Haitians are dirty and causing issues. But what's the real story?
Earlier off camera, we were chatting about your school, and I asked you, are there any Haitians there? Are there?
Yeah, there's 2 of them. They just sit there and chat and stuff.
In French?
Yeah, in different language. Like, one of the teachers walked up to him and was like, hey, you doing your work? And the Haitian just looked at her like she is stupid. Like, at least sit there and do your work.
Yeah, I was in class today, and I got in an argument with a Haitian, actually, because they was pointing at me, and they was looking at me like they was talking crap.
Yeah.
So I got in an argument with them. It's not fair that they could come here. Like, they should be down where they live. This is for real our country. We got a little-ass city, and...
Like, what are the main strains that the Haitians are bringing? Does your class like need translators, for example? They had to bring them in to help the Haitians?
They do have translators when you first go into the office at school to talk to the parents.
Okay.
That's all they got is they got like 2 laptops connected together like this.
Now, as far as the job situation goes, you were mentioning earlier, like, hey, there's homeless people here, there's people who actually need jobs. I was watching something earlier where a lot of industrial and like business owners are saying, okay, we prefer to hire the Haitians because they work hard and they work hard for cheap.
They get a tax break. That's all it is. I mean, give the American people a chance. There's plenty of people that I know that's looking for jobs. Can't find one because they're not an immigrant. I mean, give the American people a chance. I work. I've been at my job almost 2 years, and before that I worked at a home health care place. But I'm a single mom taking care of 3 kids. I should be able to make it. But how with everything going up? Everything has went up. Groceries, everything. Rent. I mean, they're kicking Americans out of their houses to rent to these immigrants because they pay more. Then they put 30 of them in a house.
How do you feel about the $2.5 million I was just sent?
It's for the Haitians. I mean, is it to help any of our homeless people? Is it to help any of our citizens? No, it's not. It's for the immigrants. Now we got all these people that are homeless, but what about these landlords that are kicking the Americans out to put the migrants in?
What changes have you observed since the Haitians have gone here?
Oh man, my rent went from $450 in 2018 to now they're trying to charge me $1,025. So the rent has skyrocketed here since the immigrations came.
What do you think is the solution? Do you want them to leave at all, or is it like just curb the actual amount of people coming here?
Man, honestly, man, I would like them to leave, man. I mean, I would like it to just be like the society it was before they all came in here, man. It was just more peaceful and like, I don't know, it's a big mess now, man, here since they came here.
Now they told me that this apartment, it used to be white, Mexican, black. Now it's 2 black people left and the rest are all Haitians.
Yeah, when I first moved out here as American, I mean, it was multi-race, black and white and a couple Mexicans, but yeah, now it's probably about 2-3 American families, and yeah, the rest is Haitian.
Yeah, they give them new cars, they give them our money, food stamps.
They're getting free cars, or are they buying them?
They get everything free as soon as they come here. And we can't get nothing, we're out here struggling. I'm struggling more than what I was before they came here.
Our city mayor owns a bunch of houses, and he's putting them in the houses. My mom has a friend, I was telling you earlier. My mom has a friend, he's lived there years, and he just got kicked out. They moved Haitians in because they're renting the house, not the house. They're renting by the room. Your rent went up?
Yeah, it went from $700 to $1,200.
Dude, it's bad, man.
And that's for a mobile home. That's not for a house.
It's not even an apartment.
Wait, $1,200 for a mobile home?
A mobile home, a 3-bedroom.
$1,200 for a mobile home?
Yes. That's not a, yeah, it's not a house, it's a mobile home. Yes.
Bro, that is nuts.
Dude, it's horrible.
It's
horrible.
That's nuts.
And we got all these people out here, and they can't even get that stuff. They don't get the help. They get pushed to the side.
And as the town struggles to manage these issues, even those helping the migrants, like this recruiter, are overwhelmed. She didn't want to appear on camera, so just enjoy these chairs.
What's the biggest problem with the Haitians coming here to Springfield?
Well, I think it's just a major strain on our resources as far as our city schools, the health departments, housing. I think those are the major issues, and the driving. I mean, there's like an accident every day, it seems to be. I mean, not learning our street laws and the rules and things of that nature has caused a major problem.
How are these people like getting tools for employment? Because that seems to be a problem. If they're coming here, let's say illegally, they don't necessarily have social security numbers and things like that. How are they securing these tools and resources?
I can't really answer that question. On my end, all the documentation they have is legal. So I haven't had an issue with them not having paperwork. All the Haitians I've worked with had the proper identification to obtain a job. So I can't really say I've seen a problem because they had the legal documentation to work here in the States.
Are you overloaded with the Haitians? Do they all just want jobs, or is there a lot of people in influx coming in? Or
Yeah, I am overloaded because they usually come in groups. And considering I'm the only person working in the office as the recruiter, it can be overwhelming. And the language barrier is major.
Yeah.
It's very major. I mean, we're trying to use cell phones for translation, and it just prolongs things for me. It makes my day very long.
how are they finding out about getting these jobs? Which kind of sources are they using?
I think it's word of mouth. If you help one, they're going to pass it along to the others. So far as I know, that's how they're finding out about my company, is just through word of mouth.
How can we support you?
How could you support me? I mean, my employer is going to have to. I need more help as far as from my employer.
Schools, hospitals, and other services now require translators. French wasn't a primary language here before the migrants arrived, so why should it be now? The residents on both sides of the issue might not realize the financial burden the shift has caused. The $2.5 million budget allowance for Haitian migrants barely covers healthcare. I asked one local woman about the language barrier.
If we can get them some education, they can take a driver's test in French, get some of these signs changed, to their language, I think that would, it will help a lot with accidents.
Why not just learn English?
Why not learn Japanese?
Watashi wa Bryson desu.
As far as housing goes, Springfield's situation is a bit strange. You'll see plenty of abandoned houses all around the city, but Haitians seem to have taken over apartment complexes first, and for obvious reasons. I decided to visit one of these Haitian apartment complexes to explore how they live. While I couldn't go inside their homes or get as deep as I wanted, here's what I found. Okay, I'm gonna try and go to a leasing office and see what's up here. Get the actual truth. And they're closed. I wonder why. So rent is $9.50 a month. So these tenants aren't paying their rent. Another thing, the trash. But this has been since here, August. So I don't know if this is necessarily Haitian. There's the dumpster. It is just a bunch of random trash. It's pretty dirty, not gonna lie. You don't know if it's a Haitian doing it. You know what I mean? You can't necessarily blame them. From the outside, to us, the conditions seem a bit rough. Relatively high rent, overflowing trash, and signs of strain on basic amenities. Beats beating in Haiti, though. But this is just part of the picture. This landlord gave me more insight.
Have they caused any issues in your building in particular, or have you heard from other landlords? Yeah, these Haitians, these damn Haitians.
Yes, we have heard from other landlords. No, there have not been any issues. We have not had any issues, but see, we screen people too. So, and we go in and we make sure when they have their papers, we put them in French, they understand it, they can't have pets, they can't have extra people living in there or anything like that. No, they cannot.
How are they getting the money to pay the rent then?
They work. They work at Yamaha?
At one of the factories.
Yeah, they work. That's where they're getting the money. They're not getting all of these subsidies like they're saying. They're getting money from their country, yes.
But with all this negativity in mind, there are more positive outlooks on the Haitians. They contribute to the economy here. We're near big factory towns like Dayton and Sydney. Springfield is strategic. It's a suburb that's close enough for workers, and it has cool amenities like Walmart, Cane's, Best Buy, Chick-fil-A, whatever. Here's some residents chatting about them.
That don't bother me, so them staying is fine. If they're helping our economy, that's good for Springfield, you know.
Springfield was almost dead 5 years ago. Nobody heard about Springfield before. You know, so Haitians when they come here, you see there were so many abandoned houses. They start to buy them, rebuild them, you know, and owners are able to rent their house and everything. So the economy has been really pumped up a lot because of Haitians. And now everybody's here about Springfield.
Yeah.
Well, once you say Springfield, you'll be like, hey, what is that? Nobody had no clue about Springfield. Haitians work harder than the people from here. And then some companies, they even want only Haitians to work for them, because some people would work for 2 weeks to get the money and go buy some drugs, and then they just don't go back to work. Haitians will stay and even ask for more hours to work. 4 years ago, if you have come here in Springfield, you will see more than 60 to 70% of the roads were broken.
And they just repaired them?
Yes, repair them. Some are rebuilt completely. Why? Because the city is making money. How? On taxes. Who pay them? Haitians.
What do you think is the solution here for this entire situation as a whole with the Haitians here in Springfield?
You mean the amount of Haitians that are here in Springfield? Well, it's a city where people live, so there are lots of houses. Yet they say that we are about 20,000 people, but if you go in so many places, there are so many empty houses still. And they will say, oh, we can't accommodate so many Haitians people in our city, blah, 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 talking all kind of things. But you can see that there are so many empty houses still, even if there are so many Haitians. 4 years ago, the Walmart over there, they didn't have even a security guard. You could even count on fingers how many people was coming inside of those market. Right now, they have security guard 24 hours. Why?
Is it because the Haitians?
The business is good? No, because the business is good. They're making big money. And they're selling a lot of products that Haitians use as well. So they're making big money. They afford to pay more people, put more people to work, and put security as well.
So the changes here are better now that the Haitians are here.
Yeah,
this
way
is a
better. All those businesses have been probably making a lot of money. Everybody's making money here. The city, Walmart, Kroger, all of them. And let me tell you something. To get a Haitian or any foreigner any job, they expect you to have double knowledge of the job to be able to do so. So Americans, they don't expect that. If you go to work, they expect you to give a lot more than just a person here. Otherwise, they would have just taken the citizens. Citizens, when they work for shortly. A couple of months, they're gone. You don't see them anymore.
What are the most common jobs? I hear a lot of people, Haitians I've talked to, they work at the factory, they work at the Amazon warehouse. What are some of the jobs, since you're helping in recruiting and staffing, what are most of the buzzwords for you?
Well, that's mostly those are jobs, basically, they're complaining about us, the general labor. This is what they say, oh, they're taking our jobs. General labor. Some jobs, like they be like, if they work for 3 hours, they don't want even to continue working, they want to leave. So Haitians want to do it, the Haitians do it. So the company will not just give Haitians jobs because they are Haitians. The company give jobs because they hire people who want to work, who want to support, who want to stand with the company to make money. So Haitians do it, then they like Haitians, they keep them.
They work all the time. They work all the time. They're not going around thieving and stealing and stuff like that. They have their own grocery store. They have a restaurant. Do a lot of work around here, housing, roofing and stuff like that. You can't get a lot of young people to do that anymore. You just can't. And there's a lot of Caucasians that don't want to do anything like that.
I don't blame them. I don't want to do
I know, to work on the roof. I know. I'm just saying, if you're a person that's complaining, I can't find a job, it's something wrong with you. If you're not working, there's something wrong with you. And see, we have a lot of meth heads that are over by McDonald's when you first come into town.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, on South Limestone. But the police can't do anything because it's public street. But I have not heard or seen or known of any Haitians that are doing, drugs like that. I just have not.
So with all this in mind, what is the solution? There's definitely some fishy stuff going on, but it's not as crazy as you'd think. I wish I had some more time to investigate some of the other stuff being kept under wraps here. Anthony Harris, a local activist and voice for many frustrated residents, has been representing Springfield's issues for a long time. But after trying to speak up for the community with little result, he's reached his limit. Now he's done with it.
What do you think is the solution right now with the migrant situation?
I'm gonna let Springfield City handle that. I'm done. I ain't trying to help no more, and I ain't got no opinion.
Even with the traffic stuff.
I'm gonna let the city of Springfield, since they know so much, and all these females that are all these activists and want to help everybody and be all emotional. I'm gonna let them figure that out.
So the Springfield,
I did my part. I'm in the Springfield City Council. I'm gonna let them do that
on Tuesday.
My part. I ain't helping niggas no more. Like I said, I helped these niggas. They was ungrateful. They start being mean, start saying bad things. The president talking about dogs and cats. Like I said, I never try to help a nigga again. I never try to help a community again. They blew it.
Who are these niggas? Is it the Haitians or everyone just regular?
No, the Haitians ain't said nothing. It's the niggas. It's
the actual black people out here.
They can't wait to hate. Oh yeah, they can't wait to hate me. Fuck.
And as far as the Haitians staying, here's what residents think.
Do you think the migrants could stay? Is there a solution for them to stay here, or should they just go back?
I mean, why can't they fight for their country? Why ain't they there fighting for their country? We had soldiers fight for ours. Why can't they fight for theirs? Why they got to come to ours and destroy ours?
Do you like to see the Haitian migrants stay here in Springfield, or do you think there's another solution? Typically with migrants, they're all being placed in big cities, Chicago, Denver, New York, but here is like the main small city.
You know, if they stay, they stay. If they don't, I could care less. I know a lot of them, what I've heard, they want to go back home. Once it's safe for them. But yeah, it's bringing a little culture to, Springfield. It's always been the same, and some of these people, they need something different.
I agree. Like I say, that don't bother me, so them staying is fine. If they're helping our economy, that's good for Springfield.
We are here first. They weren't. I think they should stand up and do what we are here for and stand for our country. They need to go back.
I think the idea that this is being handled shadily as a political farce gains some traction on both sides. But the cops and officials, they've been silent on these issues.
It's interesting here at the B&B because there's an employee still there. I don't know how serious this whole bomb threat thing is. I think they don't even care about it. They even refuse to speak about it. Anything related to the B&B, anything related to politics, they're just like, we're on contract, we can't talk. I will. I can't ask the cops here about like a lot of stuff because they're asking me like, hey, go straight to the supervisor. They're gonna have more info. I don't have permission to even discuss a lot of this stuff. Same thing that goes on here is going on with the B&B. I can't get any info from people, even employees, and I guarantee the supervisor, superintendent, whoever, are not even gonna answer my simple questions about this stuff too.
I was telling you earlier, I argued with a dispatch from Springfield saying, well, we keep records. You didn't call the police saying that you seen this. You're not keeping very good records. It's all under wraps. Haitians are the cash cow. They're the cash cow.
I asked some people, and while they all seem to agree that yes, this is politically driven, they disagree on how exactly.
And do you think these claims, do you think that they're being exaggerated for political purposes? Because I haven't heard anything personally about Springfield until this election cycle came around.
Yeah, it is political. Every time there's an election season, there's some small town that gets thrown in the mist. So we see it every 4 years.
Even with the Venezuelan stuff too. Yeah. Speaking of government, do you think that this is a political farce at all? Some people are postulating that, well, Trump is using the migrant situation to prop up votes, and of course Democrats are using migrants to get power.
I don't think it is. I don't. I mean, if Biden was still running, I would say yeah.
Do you think the Haitians are being exploited by either party to push political agendas at all?
No, I think that they're doing this on their own. They're causing the problems themselves. They came into our country and started all this.
When people just talking about Democrats are bringing a lot of foreigners in here, when foreigners would come here to the States, they can't vote. They can't vote. They are not citizens.
What do you think is going to be the end-all, be-all? Do you think this is ever going to turn into a violent type thing where it's a war, civil war?
No, there won't be any civil war, any violence, crime like that. There won't be so. That's normal.
What have we actually figured out? 1, the cat and dog stuff still needs proof. Until there's concrete evidence, it's hard to take it at face value. It isn't out of the question, and these first-hand accounts should never be devalued nor disregarded. 2, the driving issue is real. It's causing problems, but it's something that can be fixed with better training and enforcement. 3, the city's resources are under strain. Housing, schools, and healthcare are all being pushed to their limits, and the city needs to address this openly. So, what's next for Springfield? The challenges are real, but not unsolvable. The narrative around the Haitian community is complex. On one side, they're seen as a burden, but on the other, they're helping rebuild this once dying town. As the election season heats up, Springfield will remain in the spotlight, but maybe instead of fear and division, what we need most is action and understanding. The real question is, will Springfield rise to the occasion? Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.